What's up, Leo? Welcome to my channel. My favorite sign of the zodiac. If you can guess why in the comments, I'll give you a heart. So I feel like your twin flame is going to surprise you in June this year, 2025. It's going to be kind of a big change. If you have been experiencing a lot of change in your life, Leo, you're going to experience more in June. So I'm shuffling here this really beautiful oracle deck that was gifted to me by Senizen. Thank you, Senizen. This is the Self-Love and Inner Unity deck. And she is on a twin flame journey. She understands twin flames. And so these cards reflect that. So let's get started. I've got some cards over here from the Romance Angels deck and the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck over here to support the reading. All right. So Leo, let's start with those. What have you got? The Merkaba, I unite my higher and lower self as one. So there's some union energy coming in this month. And you're really looking at there's been some past occurrences that have happened to you that you've been working on for a long time, Leo. And it really feels like you're starting to kind of round the corner and really heal those places that are out of alignment. Really make new choices here. Maybe you're harmonizing with who you really are. Maybe you're discovering who you really are. And that itself is magnetizing your twin flame to you. Let's check this out. Oh, that's a really beautiful twin flame card. Eternal love. I am one in my undivided love. I almost said unconditional, but it's the same thing. Undivided love. So do you see how there's like a resonance between these two cards where you see the Merkaba, where there's like there's a picture of a person with their hands at their heart center, and they're really kind of like united within, and then the production of that, the reflection of that is united without. So when you're at peace with yourself, when you know who you are, then your twin flame is magnetized to you, not because you've played the game right or you earned it externally, but because that's how twin flames operate, because your twin flame is your divine mirror. And so when you love yourself, naturally, they're going to love you. Like they already do love you, but it's going to reflect that love you give yourself, that acceptance you give yourself, it's going to reflect. And then you have a fox. Oh, I like this very much. That's a beautiful picture. Wolf fox. I trust myself and my guidance. So Leo, I have a feeling that something about what you've been moving through in the past few months is about trusting your heart over your mind and realizing that it's not that your heart and your mind are at opposition, but that you can trust your heart above what other people tell you to do. That's been kind of your theme, Leo, because you're a very outgoing person, but also Leos in the zodiac tend to really look outside of themselves for external validation and praise and attention. Just simply, it's Leo's nature, right? Like they love being in the spotlight, but the negative side of that is that you oftentimes rely on other people to guide you and tell you what your truth is. And so something tells me that you've been like really trusting your heart. You've like made some kind of decision to trust your heart. And what's going to surprise you this month is that you're gonna get that reflected back to you. These are just such beautiful cards. And so like this is all about trusting yourself, Leo, and trusting your hunches, your inner guidance, that gut feeling. Trust the Force if you're a Star Wars fan. Like this is really your month to like be with your heart. And I think that's hard. It's been hard for you, Leo, but I think you're going to really be successful here. Okay, let's look at those other cards on either side. We're going to start with the first one from each. I love this card. This is like my favorite card in the deck. So you see a unicorn here sitting inside of a fence that it could easily jump out of. And in fact, I think the picture in this card is actually some kind of tapestry, like a real life tapestry somewhere. And like I don't know, the Middle Ages or some castle somewhere. But anyway, the words at the bottom say it's time to take back control of your life. And so just like the unicorn in this picture, who could just easily get up and jump out of this like low fence, but doesn't, because they seem to think that there's like a barrier there that's blocking them. Like, this is actually very synonymous with your twin flame journey, where you might think that your reunion is so far away and like everything's so hard, but actually things are not as hard as you might think. And the Free Yourself card is really coming in to help you to clear these thoughts of negativity, these pessimistic thoughts that you might be having. You need to clear those away and just jump over the fence and realize that nothing's actually holding you back except you, Okay, let's look at the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms card. We've got the Word Lord. That could like be my card because I like words. The Word Lord, communication, praise, and then the other message here is about dishonesty, okay? So for you in this reading, in this particular reading, how this fits, Leo, I mentioned a lot of Leos like to be in the spotlight. That's not the same for each and every Leo. Some of you like to be in the spotlight through speaking. That's me. I'm like basically like your typical garden variety Leo over here. But other Leos like to write. Other Leos are actually a little bit, what's the word? Oh my gosh, I forgot the word. Like, they like to stay inside rather than go out with friends. Like, they're an introvert. There we go. The word is introvert. But regardless, words are important to both introverted Leos and extroverted Leos. They're important. Like, they have meaning. And for you who are watching this video, those of you who are watching the video are kind of interested in spiritual stuff. You maybe have studied spiritual stuff. You're obviously watching an oracle card reading, so you're, off the norm. And you probably are a highly sensitive person where you can tell if someone is lying or not. And your twin flame also can tell if you're lying or not. And so that's actually a cool thing, because they're going to hold you accountable and kind of surprise you. Like, they're going to, like, where you might have gotten away with kind of like telling a little white lie here or there, you cannot slip past your twin flame. They know, but that's not a bad thing. They're not there to like police you or like be like your nemesis or anything. They are there as your partner, and they're there as your helpmate, and they're there to support your spiritual growth and to love you, and you for them. Okay, next card, Leo. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate, okay, we could interchange the word twin flame, may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay, I want to tell you this deck, the Romance Angels deck, there it is, this is obviously a very loved deck of mine. This was created, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, early 90s. It was basically created like before people really started talking about twin flames mainstream. And so just like replace the word twin flame in there, you can easily do that. But this card is really telling you like something about like the surprise. There's like this surprising energy that's like coming in June, where your twin flame is going to be different. Like, you may have had relationships with people. I've had this in my own life, and I've heard this from my clients, that they say that their twin flame is like different from every other relationship that they've ever had. And I can attest to that. Maybe your usual type was like the type of person that didn't treat you right, or that you're just so used to be treated like garbage, that the person, your twin flame, that like is coming into the picture and wants to romance you and is like, a good person, maybe that feels a little bit uncomfortable for you, just because it's unusual for you to be treated well, for example. Another thing is like, maybe you don't know who your twin flame is. Maybe you're still looking for them. Maybe you're calling them in. Maybe you're just learning about twin flames. And in this case, like, don't look at any external factors. It's not about what they look like. It's not about how old they are or young they are. It's not about whether there's the same race or ethnicity as you. It's not about, if they speak the same language as you. It's not about if they're the same religion as you. Like, look past the external things and look to the heart. And that is how you recognize your twin flame, in the heart. The next card, Sun Dancers, beautiful. Joyful in activity, celebration of life in abundance. Well, that is a good thing, is it not? You've got this beautiful image of the feminine just kind of like dancing in the sun. Yeah, I feel like Leo is typically known as like this a sun sign. Like it is, like Leos in the zodiac, like sun sign Leos, also moon, also rising. But these are, I guess Leo for me is like kind of like the sun in its energy. I guess because like in the northern hemisphere, it's like the last month of summer and the sun's really hot. But I really feel like this card is really kind of telling you to enjoy this surprise or this like new energy that's coming in, like kind of relish in it. Like Leo, you might have a tendency to ruminate, and this is really telling you like, okay, stop and smell the roses, or stop and enjoy the sunshine, and look at nature and just like bask in it, like a lion. Like, lions, they go out and they sit in the sun. I also do a number of other things like roll around in the dirt and stuff like that, but they bask. And like if you look at cats, that's what they do too. They find a window and then they go sit in the sunlight, and they just like, they look like they're just having the most beautiful sun bath there. Okay, let's do this one. Let go of, I feel attacked here. Let go of control issues, the card says. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Okay, Leo, fire sign. You and other fire signs are often kind of the pushy people and the impatient people, and you like to move fast. Aries is like notorious for this, but Leo is second to Aries. But you need to let go of, like, if you want to be surprised, you're not going to control it. Like, Leo, you're the type of person that people tried to surprise party when you were a child or a young adult, and they tried to do a surprise party for you, and you always ruined it. You always found out about it, and you're always like, I'm going to find out about it, and then I'm going to open the door and act surprised, right? Like, for some reason, like there's some element of that in your union. Maybe you're trying to drive it forward. Maybe you're trying to like, I don't know. I feel very seen here, but like, yeah, just let it go. Let go of those control issues. You know that the divine or God has the best solution for you. And if you hear a voice inside your head that says, oh no, the best solution is that you become a nun and you won't ever have your union, that voice is not God, okay? God created you together with your twin flame. So it's in God's best interest, because God experiences life through you and others of his children. God's best interest is that you and your twin flame are together. So why wouldn't you have that support? Why wouldn't he know the exact best path to take you on to be with your twin flame? The last card is the Web Weaver. Synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. This is kind of what I was leading into by talking about God. And you might not say the word God. Maybe you prefer the word spirit or the universe. I just simply say God because it personifies things for me, and because I know that the universe is alive and conscious. But anyway, the Web Weaver is really like telling you to watch for signs in your life that spirit is real, that God is real, like those synchronicities, the divine intelligence. If you look back at your life, I've heard this from several twin flames that are now married in union, from watching the teachings of union and practicing the inner work that I practice, that I also guide clients with. Like they all said that they looked back at their twin flame journey and they realized why certain things happened as they did, in the order that they did, like why they met their twin flame when they did, because they had to learn spiritual lessons before they actually got in touch with their twin flame. And it was like, if they had met any earlier, it would have been like a cake taken out of the oven that's not all the way baked. It's like moist inside and it's gooey and not nice to eat, right? So there's a rhyme and reason. There's divine intelligence to how everything happened, and it's safe for you, Leo, to trust that. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you want a personal reading, you can visit my website at twinflamesheartsdesire.com. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more excellent twin flame content. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.